Live. Oh, fabulous. Hey everyone, and welcome to Hooping Live. My name is Audrey Shear, and I am the host of tonight's show. This show is a show, how many times can I say show? All about hooping and hoop dance. So if you don't know what that is, then I would definitely suggest to stay tuned until you can figure it out. But if you are a hula hooper and you want to learn more about hoop dance and some awesome people that are a part of our hooping community, really? Then please stay tuned. Tonight, while you guys kind of start coming in, I'll give a little information on tonight's show. We have Claire again. Claire was here last week and is one of the younger people of our hooping community. She's 10 and is an amazing hooper, and you all just fell in love with her last week. So we will have her for the first segment of tonight's show. Okay. My cat is confusing me. Anyway, so I will go ahead and introduce Bryant in a second. Hold on, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, we have comments coming in. Okay, that's good. So if you guys want to go ahead and get your comments and questions in on our Facebook page, hoopingLIVE, put your comments down there on the most recent post about tonight's show, and that's where you can get your comments read. And ask Claire questions, ask Bryant questions, ask questions to myself, whatever your heart does so desire. And of course, if you see us do anything in our hooping demos that you would like to learn yourself, you can always ask, and we will do the best in our ability to teach you. So Bryant, if you would like to go ahead and introduce yourself and do a little demo, that would be awesome.
Okay, hello. As Audrey said earlier, my name is Bryant, and I've been hooping for about a year and a half, and I started my hooping career in Thailand, and I started hooping through hoopingLIVE, and I kind of was a cyber hooper in a sense, and yeah, if you see anything that I do, please comment down below and ask us.
Awesome. Chakra, baby step. You're so... That hoop looks so cool in that lighting. I don't think he can hear me right now. I think that he can only hear through his headphones, but it looks so sweet. Oh, nice. Oh, get it. I finally got a wedgie down at Nick Minton's workshop. I love the bow. Awesome. Thanks, Bryant. So now I'll go ahead and I'll let Claire get herself ready. She is going to do a few things for us tonight that are going to be super cool. If you read the description, she has some surprises that she wanted to share with myself and therefore with all of you guys. So I'll let her go ahead and explain that stuff. So Claire, did you want to maybe give a little quick history on who you are, kind of like what you did last week, how old you are, how long you've been hooping, and whatnot?
I'm Claire, and I've been hooping for about 3 years. I'm 10 years old, and I enjoy hula hooping for fun, and now I do workshops such as Anna's workshop, Rachel Lust, Brecken, and Nick Minton. I hoop for fun when I can at home, and I do moves and I try to make up moves that I haven't seen before.
Awesome, that's great. Now, you said that you had a little 2-minute demo. Did you want to talk about, did you want to do your demo first, or did you want to talk about your little shirt you're wearing there? Because that is super cool.
I'll talk about the shirt. At the Fab Lab, I made this shirt because I love hoopingLIVE and I wanted to make a shirt for it. So I designed the shirt at home on the computer on the program, and then I went to the Fab Lab and I cut it out on the vinyl cutter, and then I pressed it onto the t-shirt to make it permanent on the shirt.
That is so cool. I love the colors too. It's so
I
cute.
also made one for you after I had help from other people at the Fab Lab that helped me
Oh
with it.
my God. That is so sweet. Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh God, don't, I'm hormonal. You're gonna make me cry. That is so cute. Can I see it one more time? Can you show the front?
Sure.
Oh, that is so sweet. I needed something like this today. That is so cool. Okay, and then the back, you have a little graphic. Oh, Claire, that is so sweet. Created by Claire at the Fab Lab. That is so awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That is, so we're kind of like twins now in a way, technically. That is so sweet. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I can't even focus now because that was so cool. You have a demo that you want to do, a 2-minute demo.
Sure.
I need to get a tissue or something. Oh, that was fabulous. Oh my gosh. What? Okay, I gotta ask you because I've never asked you before. What size hoop do you use?
I have a 30-inch, 31.
31 inch. And how tall are you? Do you know?
4'1" or 2.
4'1" ish. So, all right, that's good. I'm just trying to see the difference between our heights and the size of hoops that we all use. It's kind of interesting. That was wonderful, Claire. Great job. And like I said, guys, if you have any comments or questions about her performance, if you want to try to learn anything that she did during her little demo there. You can go ahead and ask her in the comments on the Facebook page. I'm going to answer you a few questions really quick, and then we're going to get to the hooping history. I just want to make sure that anyone who has a question for you has the ability to answer it. Let's see. Let me make sure that. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to do this one. Hey guys, Audrey, I've heard that you mentioned your hooping journal before, and I was wondering if you can elaborate on it, what you put down in it, how you think it helped you. Oh, that's not to Claire. And all of that. Thanks for everything. Much love. Yes, I will talk more about that in just a second. I wanted to hold on. I thought I saw. Here we go. Melissa Opal Person says, "Hi Claire, how did you choreograph your Star Wars act? What was your inspiration behind it? Love your hooping."
My inspiration behind the Star Wars video was that I love Star Wars and I wanted to incorporate the Star Wars in my act. So I decided to have a Star Wars video so I could put in the moves with the music. Bonnie Brown choreographed some of my hooping and moves so I could do them with the music, and which moves transitions well together. So that's how I choreographed.
And that's awesome. I didn't know that. That's super neat. Yeah, you guys are awesome working together. I'm really impressed by what you guys have done, what you've done just on your own has been awesome. So speaking of that, you said that you had done something about hooping history. Did you want to go ahead and talk about that?
Okay, so normally when people think about when hula hooping began, they start to think about the 1950s is when it began, and that's when it started, which isn't true. It actually started in ancient Rome, Greek, and the ancient Greeks did it. It also the Native Americans also did it, and they did it to symbolize the circle of life and the animals in it. They did many other things, and the 1950s was when it increased, and that's how it increased, and that's when it became really popular, and that's why they think it started in the 1950s.
I will someday learn how to unmute myself properly, I promise. So did you have more about?
The thing was that the Native Americans hooped by symbolizing storytelling, and the story of life was what the Native Americans did, and the Greeks and the Romans rolled the hoop around for entertainment, and that then in the 1950s it became popular to go on your hips and do it for more fun things than doing the circle of life and the stories, and doing symbolizing to God and stuff by the Romans and Greeks.
So do you think that what you do in terms of like telling a story with the hoop, do you think that's kind of what because you kind of were talking about that, so do you feel like that's kind of what you do with the hoop too?
Yeah, I have fun with it, and I also like sometimes tell stories with it, like by with the flow and the art of flow.
Absolutely. Flow definitely is one of the most incredible ways to tell a story. It's been definitely one of the ways I've been able to learn to tell a story, that's for sure. I wanted to just say a quick comment that we got from my mom, actually. Yes, and I am proud that my mom watches the show. So, thanks, Mom. My mom said that little Claire, can she be my second child? She's precious. Well, Mom, you were just talking about Claire and I being sisters, so you might be in luck. I don't know. Um, let's see. You've met my mom though. Yeah, you guys met, right?
I don't
I can't
know.
remember.
I don't think so.
No, did you leave before she came over? You might have left before then. Um,
We met your sister.
yes. Well, no, if you met, yes, you did. Okay. Yeah, she came in after that. Let's see, we have a comment from Megan Issa Jim says, Claire, I just can't wait to know. I just want to let you know that you're an amazing hooper. What are some things besides hooping that you enjoy doing? Do you have a history in dance?
Um, I used to do gymnastics. I did ballet when I was younger, but I didn't do it for very long. But I did do gymnastics when I was younger, and then um, I do some other things. I do volleyball. I also do the ukulele, and I work at the Fab Lab and design stuff.
So, can you explain a little bit more about the Fab Lab? Because I didn't know that you worked there. That's really cool. What is it? Because you made the awesome shirts, not only with regular text, but like holographic text, which that can sometimes be tough to use. So, can you explain that a little bit more?
Well, the holographic text was actually holographic vinyl, which was, which is something you can get, and then it cuts out the vinyl on it at a specific pressure and stuff, and then you can peel it off and you press it on the shirt.
Got it. Awesome. So why did you start? Because you said last week that you're really into art and kind of creativity, kind of in that field. So, did you start working there because that's one of your passions, or was there a reason why you wanted to work there or get a little job there, however that works?
Well, I usually just go there for fun to make stuff on the vinyl and laser cutters. And I made a C for my room, the letter C on the router out of wood, and I did that there.
Wow, that's amazing. You should go to Ringling for sure. And it'd be awesome because I'm alumni there, and I could get you to go there, and then you'd be really awesome at everything you do, and then it would make me look like one of the really awesome alumni people. That'd be great. And you should go to Ringling because it's an amazing experience. Did you want? I know we kind of talked a little bit about that. I know we don't need to talk about your college experience right now because you're only 10, but I mean, um, and you're kind of talking about the history of hooping. So, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about in terms of that? Like, were you going to come towards the future of flow?
I might do other things with it, but I'll hoop for fun mostly. I might perform a little, but I'm not like professional. I might be good, but I might not want to perform like at for like ever. I'll do it forever, but I might not like want to be on stage as long, just because of being on stage. I enjoy it, but when I'm older, I might want to do something else with my life, but I'll still always hoop.
That's awesome. I hope that you do, because you don't have to just hoop and make it all your career. You can definitely do other things as well. I do. A lot of people think that my life is just hoop dance, and it's not. I actually do have a life outside of hooping. Bryant and I have talked about that before, and not just video games. I have like a real life life. It's pretty cool. With your history of hooping that you just told us, now was that for a project, or were you just kind of inspired to tell that story because so many people ask about it? Because I know when I'm out and about, a lot of people will come, like especially like older people, and they'll come up to me and be like, I remember in the 50s, I used to do the hula hoop. And I'll try to explain to them that it's not the same thing. So, was there an inspiration for wanting to kind of talk about that?
It was the inspiration of that some people ask, and they think mostly that they think, oh, 1950s, that's when hula hooping started, and that's it started in the 1950s, and that's when it began, and there's no history behind that. It just was done for fun in the 50s. But I wanted to get behind that and see when it actually started, and I found that it was used in the ancient Greeks and Romans used it, and the Egyptians.
Right. And it's kind of cool that you talk about that because Baxter actually talks a lot about kind of a history of hooping as well, which is why I'm really impressed that you talked about that. He talks a lot about, pardon me, the Mayans and or not the Mayans, the Maidans, sorry. And it's kind of this beautiful story about. It's hard to explain because it's kind of like he's created these characters in this story of that kind of like has a history of hooping with it. And one part that he talks about in particular is that the hoop. It's one of my favorite parts. Is that how these special girls that are hoopers, they are kind of like indigo children or special children with special talents. In particular, little girls that, because women are primarily part of, for a while were kind of the main thing of hoop dance, and I'm really happy that it's changing. But in this story, he talks mainly about these women that are brought from a small age into this kind of culture, and they pull out a tree, this special tree, and when they pull it out of the ground, I hope I'm telling this right, the tree will come together into a hoop and turn into their hoop, and they'll all have kind of like a special trait about them. Like, I think I just went cross-eyed there, but like they'll kind of do like breaks and paddles, and like one of the women is kind of all into like breaks and paddles, and it's really intense, and they all have different personalities. Anyway, you kind of remind me of one of the Maidan girls that was. It's a really cool story. I think he might be talking about that in his podcasts. He's supposed to be on the show, so whatever, Bex, whatever. No, I'm just kidding. I will get him on the show. I'll have him like in my non-existent basement, and I'll be streaming from my basement, and he'll just be like reading a teleprompter, and we'll be wondering why. Where did Baxter go? Well, he should have come on the show earlier. Just kidding, I will not kidnap anybody. I don't know why I'm going in that place right now. I was looking at this video game today called, it's a sample, it's called like, Yanguru Simulator, and, Dairy, Yandere? Yes, Bryant, help me out here. Yandere. Anyway, it's a very dark video game, and I've been watching probably a little bit too much of it, and I'm gonna stop talking about kidnapping. I'm sorry. Okay, so especially when I have Claire on the show, what is my problem? So Claire, anyway, so we only have you for about 7 more minutes. I want to do a few more of these comments before you have to head out. We have a comment from Kona said, "Hi, it's Mark. I'm a new hooper. Love the hoopingLIVE t-shirts. What is your favorite hoop move?" Claire. Audio.
My favorite hoop move would have to be the cartwheel with the hula hoop on my waist.
Did you want to do another demo of it and show us how you do it?
Sure.
Sorry about that weird stutter there for a second. I somehow managed to fall off my chair. Oh, that's awesome. She's just like me. So graceful yet so clumsy in all the right ways. It's super cool. I couldn't. I don't know if I could do that if I even tried. I'm pretty sure everything in this room would go down in one swoop. But let's see. What other comments did we have here? And let's see, Brent, what's your favorite hoop move? Yeah, you can.
Alright. My favorite probably has to be definitely the universal weave because it's really useful in my flow, and I like using it a lot as like a safe escape when I'm performing or something.
Mhm.
I'll show it real quick.
Yes.
If you're new to the show, it's basically this move. And yeah, I like using it a lot because I like to pose in pictures, and whenever I have a photo shoot or some kind of Instagram video, and I use that move inside my videos, I like to make that move the thumbnail of that video. So it's a pretty move.
That's an awesome way to think of it. Thumbnails are so important and often forgot about, unless you have Craig talking in your ear about thumbnails. Um, yeah, let's see, my favorite hoop move is shoulder hooping. I just love shoulder hooping and everything to go along with it, breaks and tattles and stuff like that. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything that is directly towards Claire. Let me see. All right. So we have about 5 minutes left with you, Claire. Did you want to maybe talk a little bit about like where people can find out more information on you or whatnot? I know you kind of said it last week, but just so they can elaborate and learn more about you.
I have the YouTube channel Worth Watching, and on YouTube you can Google Claire Pineview for my variety show videos, and then you can also Google Claire 8 Hoop for when I was in Orlando and Nick Minton videoed me.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you talking about that. Can you tell that story one more time just for the people that didn't get to hear it last week?
So I was hooping outside of Bubba Gumps after we ate because it was just for fun and they had hoops out there. So I decided to just pick up the hoop and have fun with it. And then a few people started coming, and then I got like a crowd of about 50 to 100 people. And then people started throwing money. And then when one of the waiters brought out a bucket, it was about $24, but the police came and they took it away and they donated it to charity. But I was but they thought I was begging for money even though I was just hooping there.
That's funny. That's wonderful that you got to have that experience, though. Yeah, they're weird about street performing. I don't know, what that's all about, but let's see. We'll do one more comment and then we will let you go. But let's see. We have a comment from Melissa again. Melissa Person says, Claire, where did you get your hooping talent from? Your mom or your dad? Love your moves.
Um, I'm not sure. I think I just when I learned from Krista Caricato from Tampa, I think I just picked it up and I just thought that I would keep going with it because I enjoyed learning it.
That's awesome. So it was kind of like everyone's story, like you saw it and thought it looked really cool, and then it just kind of stuck?
Yeah, I think that might be it because when I was learning to hoop, I went online and Googled certain moves so I could learn them when I did them outside so I could see if I could do those moves when they broke it down step by step.
hmm And now, are your parents pretty supportive about your hooping and your love for it? Obviously, because you're here for the second time in a row. Are they pretty supportive about everything?
Yes, they are supportive about it. They take me to the workshops that I go to, and they also take me to the beach so I can hoop. And when daylight saving time, they take me to the beach for drum circle.
Mm. That's right. That is right. The drum circle. I've not been there in a while. That we should definitely go there together when the light gets better. We can do our little flow thing that we did at Nick Minton's workshop and blow everyone's minds. So, all right, guys. Claire can only be here for the first segment because, as much as we'd love to have her, she does have a bedtime, and she is, once again, guys, we have to remember she is 10, even though you're just full of hooping talent. So, Claire, thank you so much for being on the show again tonight, and I hope that we get to see you soon in the upcoming shows. We all love to have you, and we think you're a great part of the show, so you're always welcome on the show. And, of course, guys, if you have any comments that you want to ask Claire, leave them down below in this YouTube video because they are posted after the show ends. So you can do that, and I can see if Claire can go on YouTube and maybe reply to some of those comments under adult supervision, of course. So yeah, thank you so much, Claire. We appreciate everything.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Of course, and thank you for the shirt. We'll get together soon, and we can hoop and shake it off and do all that good stuff. So just have your mom get in contact with me, and we'll do a little hoop session soon, okay?
Okay.
And thank you again for the shirt. That was so sweet. Oh my God, I can't handle that. That was that was too much cuteness for like one moment of my life. Yeah, can you show it one more time? Do you mind? Just so I can take that in again. I love how it's like the same color as my hoops. Was that planned? Oh, that is so great. And it's black. I mean, that's pretty much the primary color I wear. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That is so cute. And I'll definitely wear it next show so everyone can definitely see that and be jealous. Just kidding. We'll get some shirts out. Maybe Claire can help us with that. I think that would be really cool. All right, Claire. Well, thank you so much, and have fun at school tomorrow. And thank you once again.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, guys. So that was amazing, and like I said, if you guys have any more comments or questions for Claire, you're always welcome to leave them in the video down below, or in the thing down below. I'm looking at so many things right now. I swear I'm trying to focus. Let's see. So we're going to go back to a few comments that came up from the beginning of the show. Oh, there she goes. Oh, she's so cute. I got so emotional about that shirt thing. That was just so nice. I can't handle that. Sometimes I can't handle it. She's just too cute.
Real quick. At the very top, there was that question that was prior to.
No, I'm going to the question about with off-body hooping.
Okay, no problem. But when you get a chance, there's one that I put all the way at the top that was somebody that asked a question before the show started.
I don't see that one anywhere.
It's in the chat on the YouTube here in the Hangout.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the first comment.
9 p.m. Some questions for tonight.
That's one I'm reading. Yeah, that's one I'm trying to read.
Okay, yeah. Great, okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Some questions for tonight from a fan on Facebook. First one, with off-body hooping, I have one arm that kind of hangs dead. I am trying to incorporate it, but don't really know what to do with it. Do you have any pointers or tips? Yeah, Bryant, did you want to maybe talk about that first? Since you've kind of been in the background there for a minute.
Sure. Well, off-body hooping, I like to kind of just make it look like my other arm's kind of like manipulating the hoop, kind of. So, for example, sometimes if I want to be fancy or something, I put my arm behind my back and like be really straight, be all like, "Ooh, I'm fancy, woohoo!" Or sometimes I would like to pretend I'm like dancing and kind of like using the other arm to kind of control the hoop. It's kind of like this hoop is like the strings, the hands of a puppet, and and the hoop's the puppet, and this hoop's kind of like manipulating the hoop and making it like look like this hand's controlling the hoop, kind of. I like to just kind of just make it look all watery and flow-like. So depending on what I'm doing, I might like do some kind of weird like push, kind of like, to make it look like I'm pushing away from the hoop as well. And sometimes what really helps is that I try to dance, quote unquote, without the hoop, and when I'm dancing, I'm pretending my hoop's invisible, and I have this other hand just there moving around, and it looks like I'm actually dancing if I take the hoop away. So that's just another tip I like to give out with off-body hooping, and having the other hand as like a I don't know, a control group, like a puppet string controller.
Agree.
I am going to kill this mic. I am sorry. I'm like, Bryant, why aren't you answering me? Like, what is your problem? Oh my god, I need help. Okay, I'm like unable to work my equipment, and I was talking about kidnapping tonight. This is, I swear I'm a normal person. Okay, Bryant, I was asking you if you could hear me when your earbuds weren't in.
I can hear.
Okay, I'm like, am I still muted? Like, okay, so, anyway, thank you, Bryant. That was perfect. Yes, pretty much what he just said is kind of the same thing I do with the dead hand. And something else that I like to do, I'll talk about, this is the first time I've tested this outfit out with hooping, so I'm hoping that was not going to be something I'm going to regret doing. It is a like onesie kind of thing, like it has shorts, but it's also like a dress, so I can like do this, I guess. Let's see. So something that I like to do, Craig, these tripods everywhere are throwing me off, is that I'll like to kind of make hand gestures. So if I'm doing something on my legs, I kind of like to do the cutesy thing, or kind of theme, I guess, and I'll put my hands out like this, or kind of like what Bryant was talking about with the dancing, thinking about what you can do with your arms. And also, Baxter talks a lot about the dead arm, or as, I'm not hooping to do that at the same time, the raptor arm, which many of us might know when we're hooping and our arms kind of go like this, just kind of chilling. He calls it like the raptor arm. And maybe you have like one raptor arm or two or whatever. Maybe you have three, who knows? But one of his first lessons he teaches is about not letting your arms kind of go limp, and he'll have you put your arms out straight and move them all around your body, and then work with your wrists like they're two birds in flight. And the two birds in flight are not going to fly the same way all the time. They might, but sometimes they might separate and go their own separate paths. You can think about being really expressive with your hands. Like, he'll talk about maybe a sad bird. That's like one of the motions, like if the music's sad, or if it's really happy and fluttery, or whatever. So just kind of think about that. That you have two parts of your body, the two trees, as he calls it, and on each end you have your birds, and they, like I said, can work together, or they can work separately, and your body can move in different ways. And like Bryant was saying, working on your dance and just really understanding, the capability of your hands and what they can do. Oh, okay. So the second question from, it looks like it's from Ariana, says, that's who they were from. Because I would really like to know what you've been working on lately hoop-wise. I really would like to see. Thank you in advance and for sharing your love of hooping with us. Good luck on the show tonight. Thank you very much. Bryant, would you like to share what you've been working on lately first?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so last Friday night at school, we had a talent show, and, as always, I want to join the talent show because, why not? And so then I won second place for my school. It was a talent show.
Oh my God! Great!
Yeah. It was so unexpected, but I got it. It's
That's awesome.
Olympic-based, like themed show or whatnot. And yeah, it was great. I won second place, and it was really weird. I was I was really nervous because it was like a huge school talent show, and like there were like a ton of people there. Because normally the shows that I do are like small for like communities, like churches, and that stuff. But then like this is like the second huge quote unquote talent show that I did, because the first one was at my old school. Now this is my new school. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, that is great. I don't know if I could top that. That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. What I've been working on lately has actually been, oh my God, it is getting so hot in here. Craig. It's getting I have so many lights on right now. I need like a mini cooler or something because I am getting toasty up in here. Anyway, I've been honestly working a lot with Craig and trying to get new content up to you guys, and I do hoop still. I'm not really working on anything new. I always work on exploring, like actually what I was just talking about, like movements and working on my two trees and my birds in flight and whatnot. But really what I've been focusing on in terms of hooping is getting more content out to you guys and figuring out what you all want to see. And I'm trying to work more on a UK show, actually. That's kind of my big thing at the moment because there are so many people in all these other areas that can't watch tonight's live show. And I didn't realize how much it upset a lot of the UK viewers that they couldn't watch the show live. So, Bryant, I think he's in agreement here since he lived out of country for a while. Did you feel the same way about Hooping Live, Bryant?
Yeah. Every single time when I was back in Thailand, I was like, dang it, I missed the show again. I would have to like sneak my computer during class, or like right when like class ended, if I had a free period, I had to rush all the way outside just to turn on the computer and like catch the show for the last like 5 minutes to get my comment in. And yeah, it was like a huge like game, so to speak, every day after like second period.
That is so funny. No, I love that you did that though, and it's so funny is that where you are now and how you're like, one of the main ingredients of Hooping Live. Got kind of out of my shot there. This microphone and I need to have a little chat after the show. I love that you did that. So yes, let's see, Natalie Leishizen. Someday I'll get it right. Says, hello, Audrey, Becca, Bryant, and Claire. Becca is not here tonight, but she is always with us in spirit. She's not dead. Wait, no, she's always here. And, oh my God. It's that freaking Yandere. Am I saying it right, Bryant? This is me I'm looking at you right now.
Oh, okay. I think it's pronounced Yandere. Yandere. I don't know. I guess because a lot of Americans, sound like the R, the E. Yandere.
Yandere.
My Japanese is fuzzy, so.
My Japanese is fuzzy. Japanese, that's so cool. No, it's this game. It's like incredibly violent. Like, I'm not gonna talk about it, and I'm not even gonna recommend you go look at it. But it's called Yandere Simulator, and I watched about 10 videos in a row of it, and sometimes if I watch shows, like too many in a row, like Breaking Bad or like Dexter, I watched like all the way through. I watched My Little Pony all the way through. And I did, Bryant. I totally did. Like, I binge watched My Little Pony. Do not judge me. I love it, and Bryant does too. And it's actually a really good show. But anyway, every time I binge watch a show, I come out of the binge feeling very weird, or like kind of feeling like the show, if that makes sense. Like when I finished watching My Little Pony was, thank God, when I was working with Hasbro and the My Little Pony creative team. So, you know, I walked into the meetings and I'm like, MLP for life. And I'm like, wanted to be really friendly. And then I binge watched Breaking Bad, and I'm like, maybe this is what I want to do. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. But, you know, it makes you question yourself. Like, what's really your motives in life? Think about it. Mine's hooping live. But anyway, where did that come from? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Sunday marked my 1 year of hooping. Oh, that's awesome. Happy 1 year. And here's to many more. Let's see. Woohoo. And I would really love to learn paddles that go with brakes. Learn the paddles that go with the brakes and paddles. I got brakes down pretty good. I'm somewhat struggling with wedgies. Me too. Maybe I need a different size hoop. Just doesn't look like a decent wedgie when I do them. However, I really enjoy doing them. Any transitions to get in and out of them, that would be lovely to hear. Thank you for all the support and encouragement I have gotten from you guys. Heart. Thank you. You don't know how much your comments actually mean to us. And I'm going to let Bryant do this one because he kind of looks like he's excited. And he knows how to do wedgies better than I do, so I'm going to let him teach this one. Bryant, I think, hold on, let me make sure Craig is going to get the camera because I think he's controlling it. Craig, can you put it on Bryant so you can teach?
All right, so wedgies. When I first started learning how to do wedgies, it was a long time ago, and I did not have a proper hoop. Well, I did, but I was too scared to use that proper hoop because I thought it would break. So, yes, you might want to use a polypro hoop. And I would think probably a smaller hoop might be good, or, yeah, probably like a little like small hoop. I don't know, I use small hoops, so I don't know much about bigger hoops with wedgies, but, so basically, you might want to practice like by kind of, if you want to, so there's two parts of the wedgie. You kind of want to practice this move. It's kind of like the same thing as a wedgie, except you're not lifting your foot up. And you kind of want to hit the hoop with this part of your leg, your inner like thigh, not your like legs or anything, just this part, just your thighs. Basically, your inner thigh will be the one like pushing the hoop out. And that's basically what the main pushing of the hoop to bring it like up high, and to control it, I think it's probably pretty much trying to fit your whole body through the hoop without hitting anything. So for example, if I were to do this, I'll lift my leg up, like out of the way, just like up out of the way so it doesn't hit the hoop when when it kicks up, and when it goes out of when it goes up, I have to move my body so I don't hit the hoop, so it gets out of my body, kind of in a way. So with a bigger hoop, which is at 30, this is 32, the same thing. I have to bend my body away, and sometimes if I don't kick it high enough, it stops going up at this point. So, yeah. And also, you can also try to practice with this motion where here, I'll try to bring this down. So where your leg is bent and the hoop is kind of right here. The hoop, foot, you're putting your foot through the hoop, and you're just basically paddling the hoop, like bring it to the side like that. This is basically kind of how this leg will feel the hoop in a sense, kind of like it's the same pushing motion when you're doing this, except instead of your leg hoop here, your hoop is right here, and you're just doing that. Now, you want to do the same paddling motion with this hand, but instead of using your hand, you want to use the paddling motion with your inner thigh. So in a sense, it's kind of like paddling like that. And, well, you might want to do it like, we want to hit the hoop a little bit higher up, and you want to hit the hoop a little bit harder as well. So to hit it harder, there's two ways. one way is in this position. You can put this foot right here and kind of charge that like momentum up. And then when you're ready, like when you're done charging, you can lift it out, kick it. And yeah, that's a little basis of the wedgie. And Audrey is doing that wedgie somewhat okay. Yeah, if you just practice this move over and over, you can start getting the move down. And I also like using this move a lot because it looks really cool. So transfers into the wedgie. Transitions into the wedgie is as long as the hoop is in any kind of horizontal plane, the vertical plane, you can kick your foot into the wedgie. So for example, by going from a lasso, and normally we do something like this, but instead of this, I would do something like this. Or if I were to do this, I would catch it from the side, kick it up. Yeah, so whenever the hoop is in the vertical plane, just put your foot through and kick it up. And do the wedgie. Yeah, just a little summary.
No, that was awesome. I think you were so cute. I definitely think that I was just trying to do what you were teaching there, and I remember that when I learned the wedgie, chair, with all of your grateful fuzziness, it did help when I had some thigh contact, and it was like right here, because remember, like, I don't know if you guys have ever had this, but how bare skin can be really like better to hoop with. That's how I learned personally, and bare skin just has more grip to it. So I found that having a hoop that kind of hits, like the top kind of hits right, like if this one was a little bit smaller, like I think that something around this size might work better for my wedgies or something. I don't do them that often, so I do not want to be an example of them, but I did get them down, I think, with a smaller hoop when I learned them. So thank you, Bryant, for that. Let's see, what was the other part? Okay, paddles. I'll teach a little thing about paddles real quick. I do have a video that a lot of people really like on breaks and paddles on my YouTube page. So if you go to my YouTube page and type in breaks and paddles, it's one of my most popular videos, so it'll come up pretty quick. Just type in Audrey breaks and paddles. But the concept of paddles I really like to talk about because it not only helps with learning breaks and paddles, but also helps with learning how to really smoothly and successfully shoulder hoop. Because you kind of learn the difference between a paddle and movements. Because a lot of people do this with shoulder hooping, which is a paddle, because I'm paddling the hoop between my two shoulders. But when I shoulder hoop, I go from the bottom up. So I have a tutorial on my YouTube page about it, but I'm not using my shoulders to push the hoop. I'm using the rock with my body, which is the same kind of motion I use when I hula hoop. Little food for thought. Anyway, so paddles, what I like to do is think about what you're doing is just pushing the hoop around your body. So when it comes around, I'm kind of pushing it out and towards, I'm kind of pushing the direction. Let's see if I can point. I'm pushing it kind of out, and I'm kind of just like, it's almost like my arms are a part of my hips, and I'm just trying to kind of push the hoop around the body, pushing it out and around. Now, if you're getting that kind of like, where it's kind of just hitting your arms, you need to make sure you're pushing your shoulder hoop in, and when you get that kind of shoulder hoop in, feeling down, that's when you can start really focusing on those paddles and pushing out, and then when you add the breaks and paddles in, break, paddle around, break, paddle around, break, paddle around, break. And then you can learn paddles in all sorts of ways, breaks in all sorts of ways. I like to paddle. You can do so many crazy kinds of paddles. Maybe I'll do another in-depth tutorial on breaks and paddles if you guys want me to. But go check out my video on it because it does get in depth on both breaks and paddles. I think Bryant likes that video, actually. Didn't you say that one has helped you out or something, or was that a different one I'm thinking of?
It was probably a different one.
Okay. Well, I thought that the odds, backs, paddles, and breaks one was one of the ones that helped you learn those. I don't know who. Someone told me that they learned from that one. Anyway, so let's see. We have. Oh, that kind of wore me out a little bit. Hoop-wise. Let's see. Okay, the Hoop Journal. Once again, the comment read from Ina C. Hay says, Ina C. Hay says, "Hey guys, Audrey, I've heard you mention the Hooping Journal before, and I was wondering if you could elaborate on it and what you put in it. How do you think that it helps you? Thanks for everything. Much love." The Hooping Journal is something that I have that I'll take notes in when I go to workshops. I'll do sketches in. If I'm thinking about choreography, if I'm just trying to write down little lists, or if I'm anything to do with hooping. And in a spiritual way, I'll write about kind of my progress and how it's helped me emotionally, and kind of like maybe goals that I want to work on. And what the Hooping Journal's done most for me is that if I'm in a plateau with my hoop and I'm feeling like I'm stuck, I'm not really getting anywhere, then and maybe I'm not even that inspired, I'll go to my hoop journal and I'll be able to write about my plateau. Maybe I'll draw a sketch of me. I have a sketch in my hoop journal of me standing on a plateau with my hoop, and sometimes just sketching and writing about it can help you get through that plateau. And I don't know, it really helps. Bonnie Brown is someone who really taught me about journaling with hooping and stuff. Bryant, do you keep a hoop journal? I can't remember. I think you said you did?
Not really. I tried to, but I don't know. I don't normally write my thoughts down, really. Sometimes I would do, but sometimes really I think my journal, so to speak, will be like probably like the video I would make and I'll talk about it or something. I don't do journals much, but I sometimes do video logs of my hooping, but I don't post them though, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys want to keep a hoop journal, you can, or of course you're going to do something online. If you want to make like vlogs or something and post them for everyone to see, whatever works for you. But I've personally really loved keeping a hooping journal, and I don't like writing it every day. I don't want you guys to think that I'm like, I go to bed at night with my little tea and my little cap on, because apparently I'm wearing a cap now when I go to bed, and like write my hooping journal after a nice little 5-hour hoop session. Like that's not what I do. I am not. Unfortunately, don't have that much time to do something like that. That would be awesome, and the sleeping cap would be awesome. But no, I only write in it when I need to write in it. I don't make it like a task, because if I make writing in my hoop journal a task, then I might not want to do it and it won't seem as relaxing and beneficial. So just try to remember that. Let's see, I'll take one more comment and then we're going to wrap up the show. Those were clear comments. Clear comments. Okay, well, those were all clear comments, and the show is actually ending, so that's awesome. Again, I want to thank Claire for being on the show tonight, and of course, Craig, thank you for helping out with all the technical stuff. That is always a huge help. And Bryant, you were awesome tonight with all of your demos. I always love having you there to teach the things that I just cannot do. So would you like to give a little bit more information on yourself and tell them where they can find you?
All right. So you can find me on Instagram at dangbryant, like dang Bryant, I'm also on Facebook if you want to contact me personally. But I only add you if you're like your profile picture is like a hula hooping thing, because I don't want any creeps. Sorry. But anyways, so yes, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Sometimes I'm on YouTube, but I only post like really fun videos of me hooping with my camera, like the really good ones, quote unquote. But yeah, pretty much Instagram.
Awesome. Thanks, Bryant. You are the best. And thanks, guys, for all the awesome comments and for being so supportive with Claire. She is so wonderful, and I do feel very lucky to have her a part of the show, and that shirt was so cool. Anyway, so again, the show is Hooping Live every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern USA time. My name is Audrey Shear. You can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Audrey Shear, hoopinglive.com, Hooping Live on all the social media. So be sure to give us a like and a follow and keep up with us. We are just as fun as the Kardashians. I take that back already. Not the Kardashians. We're just fun. We are fun to keep up with and follow. Oh God, this is when the show gets to a point where Audrey needs to stop talking. So Audrey's gonna stop talking. Hoopinglive.com, 9 p.m. every Monday. Hoopinglive.com.